Welcome back, everybody, to the Neighbor Starleague. We just had Stats Knockout Classic, 2-1, down to that loser's match. Stats will advance to the winner's match, and we are going into our second matchup here between Life and herO in a PvZ.
And what a PvZ it's going to be, Valdez, especially considering the starting map is Nimbus. What is going on? We haven't seen this map in a long time.
I'm like, which map is this again? I don't quite remember.
Yeah, man, it's been a little too long, but it should make for a pretty exciting game. Here is Life now. Not doing too well against Protoss. Look at that, 40% in the last 10 games. He's running away from the camera.
I can't do this. I can't do it.
He's a little shy. He actually didn't get his hair done. I was watching him in the makeup room. I watched him get his makeup on, but he said no to the hairstyle. I don't know what's going on, man.
I think he did that himself. When he actually came in today, his hair was pressed down in the back, which usually means that he was wearing a headset all day. So he was probably just practicing the entire day with his headset on.
Yep. He did defeat Flash. The classic the Flash game that we did see Flash completely fall apart and lose 3-0 to Life. Some of the most disappointing games we've seen from Flash ever, I'd have to say. Really just not grasping the matchup today. It was like really tilted or something, which was pretty unfortunate. It was pretty cool. But at that point, it just simply doesn't matter. Like,
yeah, man.
And
there were so many metas like in every game, and Flash just refused to make a Thor.
Yeah.
Like one Thor, I don't think was made the entire set.
Yeah, I'm sure he fixed that problem pretty quickly after that day. That's for sure.
Well, he did okay against Boom Boom recently in Pro League, so he did break that 11-game win streak. But unfortunately, is not here. Life did knock him out. Like you were saying before, not the best win ratio against Protoss. Probably his hardest race to face, especially because he's 9-1 in his recent 10 games against Terran and 7-3 against Zerg in his recent 10 games.
It's pretty funny, right? This is not his matchup, and he got the all Protoss group. And here is herO. He is always playing well. Versus all 60%, versus Terran 90%, versus Protoss 40%. Well then, and versus Zerg 80%. Wow.
Yeah. It's interesting because recently he's been playing a lot of PvPs. I remember one time he proxied against Yonghwa, didn't work out. And just recently he's not doing as well in PvP. But he does crush other races, Zerg as well. That's why I feel like this one is going to be a pretty interesting match.
Yeah. In recent kind of results, we did see herO beat up on Curious 2-0 in GSL and 1-0 in Pro League. He did lose to Rogue in his most recent ZVP match in Pro League. It was on merry-go-round though, so I mean, it's a bit of a disadvantaged map to start with. So I don't know how much we can take from that. Still, one of the top Protosses in the world by far, and looking very strong in this matchup still.
We're getting a look at actually how herO qualified. He had to actually team kill his opponent Byung, or his teammate rather, Byung, and did it quite nicely. I believe that was a 3-2. It was a pretty close matchup. Byung, also a very strong player, also really good at wobbling his pupils. And we are going to jump into the match, or rather the map selection here. Bans and picks. Deadwing and King's Zone Station banned by Life. Pretty interesting there, as well as Foxtrot Labs banned by herO, and Merry-Go-Round as well. Pretty standard there in the Merry-Go-Round ban.
Not too much of a surprise.
Yeah, but then we go Nimbus. Like you were saying, it's pretty surprising here. Not a lot of players like to play on this map. Then we go Catalina and Overgrowth.
Yeah, Nimbus, obviously pretty good map for air units in general because you have that pocket expansion surrounded by a lot of airspace, which is why we definitely see a lot of Protoss veto it against Terran specifically.
Yeah.
But I definitely see the potential for a lot of Mutalisks on this map, but still can be pretty hard for Zerg when it gets to the late game. Not easy to split the map in half by any means.
Well, guys, it's going into match number 2 here of Group B of the round of 16. This is set number 1 on Nimbus. It's going to be a PvZ versus herO and Life, between herO and Life. We're about to jump into game number 1. Let's get into it. Up here in the top left on Nimbus, in the red, the Zerg player of StarTale. It is Life.
Look, he's wearing Beats by Dre.
pretty cool.
I think I have the same ones. I'm pretty cool. In the bottom right, we do have CJ herO, also wearing the same pants as Brendan today.
Oh, yeah. That's correct.
Kind of weird.
That actually happened.
Kind of strange.
I forgot about that. We went into the back room, the makeup room, and I've talked to herO before, but this is the first time he actually approached me, and he's like, Brendan, you're wearing the same pants as me.
Yeah.
Did you get that at Uniqlo? I'm like, yeah, I did, actually. Both wearing a light blue set of pants, jeans.
You should tweet about it later, Valdez.
I can take a picture.
Take a picture, man. Jumping back into this game for just a second.
Just a minute here.
Just a minute. We are seeing nothing, no shenanigans from Life just yet, which is surprising, but, I mean, judging by the size of this map, not too surprising. I wonder if he is going to take it to the late game. I'd have to say one of Life's weakest suits, weakest styles would have to be the Swarm Host style. He does it sometimes, but I don't think I've ever seen him win with it, Valdez, because, I don't know, just, it doesn't suit him. It doesn't suit him as he's usually the hardcore aggressor, usually the one that's trying to run everyone across the map, counterattack, etc., etc. And this Swarm Host style just doesn't fit him well.
Yeah, we actually saw him do it against Classic, which is a guy that he might actually face in the losers match if he does lose to herO.
Yep.
In Pro League, as we were mentioning before, and it just did not go well for him. Classic actually bopped him.
Yeah,
that was pretty interesting.
That was a pretty ruthless game. A lot of mistakes from Life in that game, actually, especially his Infestation Pit positioning, getting sniped by Blinkstalkers. Kind of gross. It'd be a lot harder to do it on this map, that's for sure. Going 2 hatch before pool against the Nexus first of herO. Both players being very greedy. No surprise on this map. It is a map made for greed, made for those very, very quick natural bases. It's so easy to defend that ramp.
Look at those stats. Almost 50-50 here between Protoss and Zerg on Nimbus.
I feel like this is one of the maps that gets the least playtime, though. So
pretty true, yeah.
We need to see how many games that actually is as well, before I give it my stamp of approval.
Well, Probe is going to come in here and scout the fact that looks like double hats before pool or Life.
Yep. You see it all. And I wonder what herO's next step is. Something we see a lot from Protoss players who do kind of scout this is early Stargate, early Oracle to kind of try and do some economic damage to a greedy opponent. Also really helps out in defending the third base, obviously, when herO wants to take it. Oracle great against Zerglings. But, you know what? We'll have to see exactly what he has planned for this map.
Well, you were right, Moonlight. It is a Stargate coming in here. A very solid build, I have to agree with you. Definitely a way to punish that Zerg if he does want to go for 3 hatches pretty fast, although 3 queens already on the way. One going to be at each base. Going to be able to defend decently well.
Let's see how many queens he makes as well is another kind of interesting point, because this map is so big and there's a lot of creep to spread between your main base and your third base. Maybe you want to get a couple of extras early. Would also be very good against any sort of early Stargate play, but none just yet. It is kind of costly when you get 3 hatch this early on to kind of invest in much besides drones, trying to catch up in using your larvae after you make 3 queens. And there's that Oracle and that Forge, so I feel like it's going to be a pretty early timed third base from herO. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Blinkstalker sort of follow up from that.
Life, nice micro there, but he's not going to get much done with just 2 lanes. And look at this, Life already knowing the possibilities here of the Protoss, just putting down Spore Callers without even getting the scout down. Very smart play.
Safety spores. Why not in these positions? Why not cross map when you have complete scout with these Zerglings? You know what's going on the map. You're like, okay, you know what? He's probably going to go Stargate or DT. That's the only really things that can come out on the map that he's not going to know about. I'll make some spores. Problem solved.
Very smart play. Loving it. Oracle is now out on the map. Getting some scouting information done at least. Life not losing a single drone just yet. Saves that 1 drone. Not even losing those 2 as they were being transferred.
Some cheeky beaky play right there.
Oh, God, Moonblade. He's got to be really sneaky beaky about taking this third base, though. Doesn't want to get that scouted.
With the Oracle, you don't have to be too sneaky beaky. I mean, like, you can defend against any sort of Zergling timing. You are seeing Zergling speed being half done by now. A lot of Zerglings, a big swell of Zerglings actually, 22 being made. So it looks like Life will attempt to cancel it. It's going to be hard if the Oracle is in position.
Yeah, and the thing about this is that they're cross spawns Nimbus. So even though he does have this many lings, he doesn't have the speed yet. It's about to be done. And already a cannon is being set up here. He's going to start putting down some gateways to defend. And I'm not sure if this is enough lings. He's got 43, though. That's an incredible amount of lings.
That is a lot. If he can get us around on these sentries is the next step. Still Zergling speed a little way away. A little way away. And this cannon has finished.
It's finished. It is defended as well, and it's going to get to work on those Zerglings. Sentry's starting to come down the ramp. He's got to try to defend against this. He needs to keep his third base. Really nice force field there, and he's going to start protecting his sentries over here as well. Some more nice force fields going down. He's going to protect them for now. That cannon's still getting to work on the lings, but the pylons have gone down.
Oh, he's taking a lot of damage from the sentries, and perfect force fields remain. And Photon Overcharge on the newly made Nexus. I think he's going to try and kill all these sentries off. Not going to get many, only one. Wow.
Oh my god.
That is stellar defense from herO.
And there's more lings on the way. I mean, these sentries, there's a lot of sentries, but they only have so many force fields. Is Life going to commit to another attack, though? That's the question. He already committed a lot to these lings. He does follow up with a big swell of drones. And he is transitioning a bit with the tech. He's making that Roach Warren. Yeah. Getting the upgrades.
Not going to find anything there. Not with that many sentries. And we are seeing +2 and Blink on the way. So as I so smartly predicted, herO going into Blink Stalkers. It is his MO, let's face it.
You're so smart, Moonglade.
No, man. I just know herO, all right? I just know him. I know him too well.
Yeah, man. When you cast a guy like over 15, 20 games, you just begin to become one with the player. It's like you know exactly what he's thinking while he's playing. It's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, it's great to kind of know them that well. And we are seeing Infestation Pit and Enduring Locust. Uh-oh, Valdez, I'm nervous.
Oh, no.
I'm nervous for Live because I feel like he is not completely comfortable with his style, but let's wait and see if he's learned anything since Tuesday when he lost to Classic doing this.
Like I said before, he's had a while here to practice. Just 2 days, but that's a lot when you're practicing on a Kespa guy's level.
We are seeing 8 Swarmers on the way. Should be out in time to deal with any sort of Blink Stalkers. Blink Stalker aggression, though that 4th base is very exposed. And Enduring Locust is only a 3rd done.
Yeah, some lings getting in here into the 3rd base. Decent force field coming down as well. That 4th base, as you were saying, not too protected. He does have 7 swarm hosts, but not yet in position. There they go, with a couple burrowing now.
Ooh. Nice force fields. And I think he should have enough to deal with this, though he is taking a few losses. But not enough.
Yeah, going to focus down that hatchery and just immediately recall out. Not many losses taken. And look at that, huge swells, 10 Stalkers being warped in. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting that he's making so many Stalkers considering he knows the composition that Life is going. Because, okay, he's going Swarm Hosts. That means you have a lot of breathing room for quite some time unless you plan to kill them very quickly. And it feels like he's going to try and cancel that 4th base again, which is a great idea. Protoss' goal in this kind of situation is to not deny as many bases as you can, especially the 4th one. Denying that 7th and 8th gas really slows down getting to Vipers, getting just more Swarm Hosts and upgrades. And obviously, cutting off the creep also means Locust can't get on the map too far. And as we see, double Robo Facility into Colossi.
Yeah.
The hard counter to Locusts.
Already, though, he's got Blink and Charge. And he's got a huge amount here. He's got the Warp Prism as well, and he has 10 gateways. I just checked. He could easily warp in 10 of these Zealots and try to go maybe on top of those Swarm Hosts and get behind. But we'll have to see for now. This is just so many sentries, and the Blink Stalkers +3 is on the way as well. It's about 2/3 done. For now, he's just going to rely on using his sentries for the force fields to defend against these Locusts, but he's beginning to lose some of these sentries right now.
Yeah, you don't want to trade too much against Locusts. They just ran out, so he's going to leap forward, get rid of some Roaches and Queens, do what he can while he simply goes into the tech that's going to be fighting against the Swarm Hosts in the later game.
Huge drop coming into the natural. He does take out the hatchery, and now he's getting to work on some of these Infestors and Queens, getting picked off here by the Zealots. +3 about to finish. These are very heavily upgraded Zealots. They do a lot of damage to charge. Look at this. He's going to come into the third base as well with a ton of Zealots and just focus down that hatchery.
Oh, yeah. This is simply too much damage already. And this is, like, herO is so good at dealing with this kind of style. I feel like the only one that can fight herO with this style is Snoot. He's the only one that has done it in the past.
Life has one hatchery right now.
And all the drones are getting picked off in the main. This
Unbelievable.
Is
This is herO at his best, man.
Yeah.
This is what I love to watch. I was saying Life may have some decent play here, and he's not playing terribly. I just feel like herO is actually controlling this game right now 100%.
He knows exactly what he has to do. He knows the goal of the game. Get the Warp Prism into a location that's going to be able to kill the hatchery with a Warp in. And while you're doing that, make a composition that's going to deal with the Swarm hosts and kind of end out the game. Though we have not seen herO go to a fourth base just yet, so keep in mind that all these Zealots that he's throwing away is a lot of money. He just warped in like 1,000 minerals more of Zealots to kind of try and cancel these hatcheries again. So if Life can just hold out for another 20 minutes, maybe, just maybe he can do it. We're not seeing that first-person view of Life.
First-person view. He does immediately scout that Warp Prism coming in. Doesn't look like it's going to get too much damage done. There are roaches here to defend. But once again, he warps in towards that third base at the same time. And all of those really heavily upgraded +3 Zealots starting to do a decent amount of damage over there as well. He does defend in the main base.
Yeah, he defends all locations. And look at the supply. We do see a 7-8 supply lead for Life at this point. Despite all the economic damage he's taken, he's really just absorbed it, remade his hatcheries, and is staying alive for now. But we do see a big army moving across the map looking to cancel that fourth, kill that fourth.
Yep, he's got 4 Colossi in here. As you were mentioning before, the double Robo, he's able to get those out very fast.
Ooh. And a lot of damage going down. Obviously, Locusts don't last too long against 4 Colossi. No Vipers to really help out with this either, which is a big problem for Life. I don't know how he's actually going to fight this Death Ball.
There's so many gateways in the back as well. He's got 2 Warp Prism and 2 Warp Prisms built in with this. He's warping in a ton of DTs at the same time. I'm not even sure if Life has anything. He's GGing out right now. That's it. Wow. herO takes game number 1, and he looks incredibly pleased with his play.
Yep. Very, very powerful play. Very straight-up game from herO. He identified the tech that Life was going, and he knew what he had to do. Positioned himself perfectly. Had a great Warp Prism positioning. Great Zealot run-bys on that third base. And Life kind of just fell apart from there.
That was really impressive, man. Just loving this guy's play.
Next map is going to be Catalina. Chance for redemption for Life.
That it is. He's going to have to bring in some other kind of strategy, I feel. Nimbus, it's not quite the same situation over here. Cross spawns Nimbus, you have a lot of room. He tried to take that fourth base, but herO just shut it down. Wonder if Life may not even... Maybe he'll just try to be a bit more aggressive this time.
I think he would definitely be on especially a smaller map like this. Nimbus